This video was brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Get top quality razors delivered to your door starting at just $1 a month. Link below in the description. Skip it up and that up. So unlike the last two Assassin's Creed games, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, which came out last year, and Assassin's Creed 3, which I heard was garbage. I actually have it for Steam, but haven't even played it yet, and I got it like a year ago. The newest Assassin's Creed Unity, is not going to be on the Wii U. According to creative director Alex Amancio, I think I said his name right, the Wii U is not powerful enough a console to handle Ubisoft's full vision for the game, and they refused to compromise. This is what Amancio had to say about the Wii U. It couldn't. It really couldn't. I mean, this is why from the beginning, this was going to be a new gen only title, because the crowds aren't aesthetic. They actually have impact. If we did anything to hinder that or to reduce that, it would have a detrimental impact. It wouldn't be the same experience. I don't think that would be fair to the fans, to sell them the same game but with different levels of experience. Even the seamless nature of the series and the scale of the game right, we couldn't do that. We never load Paris. It wouldn't be possible. In our minds, we'd be cheating fans by providing a lesser version of the same game. Now, this is all well and good. I have no beef with the Wii U. I like the system. I think it's a good system, but I think we can all agree that we realize it is not as powerful as the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. And I think the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One are underpowered as well, and the Wii U is even less powerful than them. But Assassin's Creed Rogue is coming out for the Xbox 360 and PS3. You're telling me the Wii U can't run that? It can, but the problem is that the sales numbers are not there. And like I've talked about before, and I'm going to keep talking about it. It's funny, people get mad at me when I repeat this subject. I know I've talked about it a billion times, but the reality of it is, if I was a channel that talked about current events with real life news, would you guys say, oh God, he's talking about another murder? He's talking about another bank robbery or whatever? It's what's going on in the industry, and this is important to people. It's important to me because I hope a lot of little guys like me, commentators on YouTube, discuss that they're concerned that Nintendo doesn't give a shit about third parties, okay? They pretended to when the Wii U was first announced. I remember Reggie Fils-Aimé talking about games like, oh, Metro Last Light's coming, and all these other different games were coming. He showed Assassin's Creed 3 at the time, so on and so forth. There was a whole bunch of other games at E3 that were supposed to come to the Wii U and didn't, minus a couple. And they were like, yeah, we're getting back to the hardcore. Well, they haven't marketed, they marketed the system terribly. They still, in my opinion, are marketing the system terribly. Virtually none of those games came to the system, and they aren't putting in any effort to get third parties over to the Wii U and to Nintendo. Nintendo, you have to realize that maybe I'm wrong, and maybe there'll be a dedicated portable market forever. But right now, it's on shaky ground. The 3DS is selling well now, but it may not sell well forever. And the Wii U is doing a little bit better, but is still not selling super fantastic. And I know people are going to say, oh, Rich, the Xbox One, it outsold that. The Wii U was out for a whole extra year before the Xbox One. I would hope it would have better sales numbers. So, Nintendo, I don't know, maybe in like another couple of years, give it that like exactly on the 5-year mark, make a powerful next-gen console, if there's even a reason to make a next-gen console, and try to bring back those third-party games, or even have companies and market yourself more towards third parties, market and let people know, hey, you could buy third-party games on the Wii U along with our great first-party titles. You got to have a backup plan. You can't just depend on the 3DS. I know you're developing another system right now. I keep hearing rumors about it, but if the 3DS stops selling, Nintendo's in deep shit. I think even the biggest Nintendo fanboy out there can say, yes, Rich, you're right. The 3DS is what's selling right now and keeping Nintendo afloat. And if that stops selling, Nintendo is in deep trouble. I don't know what you need to do. I know I talked about the Catch-22 before, where, you know, one third-party developer makes a half-assed port, it doesn't sell well, and that scares off other third-party developers, or they make a half-assed port, and it's Catch-22. But part of that Catch-22, like I've said before, is Nintendo's doing. Nintendo for ages, and still to this day somewhat, doesn't give a shit about third parties, and now it is biting them in the ass hardcore. I'm going to address this nicely, and I'm not even going after you and not coming from a defensive standpoint. I'm going to address the guys who comment and get pissed when I talk about Nintendo. Why don't you talk about Sony? Why don't you, talk about the wrongdoings of Sony or how Sony's hurting right now? Or, well, I don't get that for Microsoft, because I do talk more about Microsoft because Microsoft has screwed up more than Sony has with the PlayStation brand. Look, I'm well aware that Sony is in close to anyway, if not in financial dire straits. I just made a video on it. I have no problem talking about Sony's issues and Microsoft's issues, but I just see, not yet. I know Nintendo's still making money. They hurt once in a while in terms of they don't have a good quarter. I know Nintendo still has plenty of money in the bank too. I know they are far from broke. If they're much more financially stable than Sony is. Sony is in the biggest trouble out of all three right now when it comes to going bankrupt. But what I see is I'm looking in the future. I'm looking down the line, and I'm looking at Nintendo's life past the 3DS, past the Wii U. What are they going to do next? When and if the portable market dries up, which I think it's more of a when than an if. People may disagree with me, but whatever. What will Nintendo have? And I want to see Nintendo last. I want to see Nintendo succeed. I don't hate on Nintendo. I want to see them be triumphant. I would love to see Nintendo be in their glory again and have a home console that is flying off the shelves. I would love to see third parties want to make games for the Wii U or want to make games for whatever Nintendo's next system is, if they have a next system, and want to make games because they know they will sell. Not make news articles or have articles on different websites where developers are making excuses for not making a third-party game for the Wii U or a third-party game for Nintendo. I don't want to see this, because even though right now Nintendo has plenty of money, if this formula keeps up where third parties shy away and Nintendo's solely banking on their portable console market, they could be in deep trouble. They may not be yet, but if this formula keeps up and things don't change, the future may be very grim for Nintendo, and I don't want to see that happen. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. I'm done. All right, folks, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.